Alright, number 9, it wants us to watch a video and solve the problem. The question is, which of the statements below is not true about the plotting points method? Alright, so we need to see the plotting points method. Let's look at the answer choices. It says the normal procedure is to choose one variable, solve for the other before plotting points. It says use as many points as necessary to get a good feel. C says you can choose random points without using the equation. And then D says it is usually the simplest methods. So we want to know which of the following is not true about the plotting points method. Which one is not true? So let's see what we're dealing with.
Simplest method for graphing an equation. Again, when I say the graph of an equation, it's a graphical or geometrical way of representing the solution set to the equation in two variables. The simplest method for graphing an equation is the point plotting method. Quite literally, what we do with this method is we choose values of one of the variables, substitute this value into the equation, and figure out the value of the other variable. So for example, if you have an equation in x and y, you might pick an x and then figure out the corresponding y. That gives you an ordered pair that satisfies the equation and therefore gives you a point on the graph of the equation.
Okay, so that's 9 minutes. I don't think we need to see the whole thing, but that should give us enough to answer this question. So, which of the statements below is not true? So, the normal procedure is to choose one variable and solve for the other one. That's exactly what he said. That is true. You may choose as many points as necessary to get a good feel. So, yes, with the graph you can pick as many as you want. Okay, you only need 2 for linear, but if it's a different type of graph, you might want to choose more. Okay, so the more the better. It says you can choose random points to plot without using the equation. Okay, that would be false. You have to use the equation. And then D says it's the simplest method. Yes, plotting points would be the easiest thing to do when you're graphing. So C, this would be false. You cannot plot and make a graph without using the equation. Okay, has to satisfy the equation. Okay, number 10 also wants us to watch a video and wants to know which of the following statements below is a characteristic of an x-intercept. Maybe we can figure this out without looking at it. Okay, x-intercept, it crosses the x coordinate axis. Which of the following below is a characteristic of the x-intercept? So yes, the x-intercept does cross the x-axis. Sometimes it touches, so it may not cross. So we could have a parabola and it could give us a x-intercept by coming down and touching. So it does not necessarily go through, but sometimes it may cross. So here's one that crosses, here's one that touches. Both of those are true. Okay, it could cross, it could touch. Either A or B, and it says D, neither A or B. So C, A or B is going to be the best choice. You can probably watch the video. Let me see what this video is. It's only 5 minutes, okay, and it talks about X's and Y's. It shows you one touching, shows you some crossing, so you can kind of see that just from the starting image. So we're going to go with C, either A or B, could cross or touch, and then that should be good to finish us up here.